What's up, YouTube? Kevin in Colorado. Welcome to another exciting episode of Tesla Today. I am back from Hawaii where it's a beautiful 80 degrees, and today in Colorado it's 4 degrees, hence the fireplace going on in the background. So 3 things we're going to talk about today is Musk sold about $25 million worth of Tesla stock. We're going to jump into that. Then we're going to watch a video today showing why Tesla is the future, watching its capability with the computer, actually seeing a deer at night jump in front of the car, and what the Tesla does. And then finally, we're going to talk about a new IPO, Rivian, maybe happening in September of this year. Let's jump into it. All right, our top story. Elon's younger brother, Musk, sold 30,000 shares of Tesla on February the 9th at an average of $852 a share, netting him about $25.6 million. Not too shabby. And here's the article from MarketWatch. Elon Musk's brother, Kimball, just sold some Tesla stock. Is he calling a top? And there's Kimball Musk sells shares while Vanguard increases stake. Another board member makes nearly $119 million on his trades. So there's Kimball, Elon's younger brother. They were really tight, especially back in the days of the Zip2 company. They do all-night benders doing programming when they were writing code together. So Elon takes care of his younger brother. So just like we talked about, he sold about 30,000 shares or made $25.56 million. But here's the reason why it's really not that big a deal, and it has a chart and it shows what he sold at, that average price of $852 that we just talked about. But right here, it says that, hey, after the sales, that Musk still owned nearly 600,000 shares of Tesla common shares, right? Or about almost more than almost a half of 1% of the shares outstanding. So his remaining stake is worth about almost 500 million shares at Thursday's close. So he only sold about 5% of his shares in Tesla. But you know what? Musk is also successful as a restaurant entrepreneur himself. He has a couple different restaurants, one located here in Boulder, Colorado. And you know what? A guy has to live, right? After he sells 25 million of common stock in Tesla, of course, he owned it for more than a year, so he'll have to pay long-term capital gains tax, or somewhere about 15% on that, which would only leave him with about $19 million or so left to live on for the rest of the year. Poor guy. Hey, I need your help. Please subscribe down below, hit the like button, and the notification button so you know when the next video comes out. I'd appreciate it. All right, I am so excited to share this next video with you. This is from a guy off a YouTuber. His handle is Dirty Tesla, and he was lucky enough to catch his deer encounter with his FSD beta, full self-driving beta edition of Tesla, back in December of 2020. Let's check out this video. This is especially heartfelt for me. It was like back in 1987. I was 16 years of age with my 1986 Chevy Camaro 2.8 multi-port fuel-injected V6. Headed with the football players out to go to a barn dance and meet the beautiful girls out there. And you guessed it, in Wyoming, I hit a deer and it destroyed my childhood car and my childhood dreams. This technology could prevent it. Let's check it out.
A little bit of a different video for you here. I do leave my camera recording sometimes when I'm not actually planning to make a video, just so I can capture any interesting things that will happen with the beta. I am currently running Tesla's full self-driving beta software on my car. You can tell full self-driving is enabled by this blue steering wheel here. Sorry about the shakiness, stabilization does not work as well at night. So I was driving home, and pretty often I come across deer that I have to avoid. And I've been in this scenario a few times, but it's my first time actually capturing it on camera. So driving along here, when you can see a deer pops out in front of me, and almost right away you can see the deer is all the way on the left side of the road, and there's a little square on my screen representing the deer as a pedestrian symbol. That's the same symbol used for humans. As the deer continues across the road, my car begins to brake, which you can tell by this little green line here. That is my car regenerating energy and slowing down. It tries to plan a path around the deer, moving to the right to avoid the deer. As the deer moves right across the road, the car then reroutes, and it shows on the screen a path to the left to avoid the deer, while still braking with the green regen line. As my car gets closer to the deer, it moves over to the left to avoid it. Then my car is finished slowing down and speeds back up as the deer is off the road and avoided. Here is the raw unedited clip.
Oh
yeah. Oh yes, nice. Swerved for that deer. It displayed it here, hit the brakes, and swerved for it. That is amazing. Later down the road before a stop sign, a few more deer hop out in front of the car. This time the car was already braking and no action was necessary at all, but the car does display the deer on the screen as they jump across the road. Really good to see that full self-driving is taking this stuff into account. One more thing I want to add, a lot of people were asking what full self-driving does in the dark with no headlights, and I have a private dirt road here, so I will show you that. All right, and then people were asking me what the car will do if you turn the headlights off. So this is a private dirt road, just so you know. Exterior lights off, fog lights off. So the lights are off. There's still, of course, a little bit of light, and I think the daytime running lights are on. But let me cancel this nav so I don't have to censor that for you. So without headlights, we can turn up the speed a little bit. The car is doing fine. I don't know what it can see or how it can see. I guess I can save a little clip for you here. Maybe we can add that in so you can see exactly what the cameras are seeing. But yeah, it's handling these back roads fine, and there's my neighbor, so I'm going to turn.
If only my badass Chevy Camaro would have had that technology back in the 80s, my car would still be alive today. But it did not. It hit the deer graveyard. Hey, next and last, we're going to talk about the Rivian IPO. Let's jump into that. Yes, sometimes we just have to make fun of the motley fool. They have an article today saying why Tesla stock tanked today. And it goes on to say what happened. Shares of electric car maker Tesla dropped nearly 6% in early trading on Wednesday in response to a Bloomberg report last night that e-startup e-car rival Rivian is preparing for an IPO. No, for one, they can't say with any certainty that's why Tesla stock went down. It also could have been the fact that Kimball Musk sold $25 million worth of Tesla stock that we talked about earlier. Anyway, it goes down to say that, so what, Rivian, which is a good-looking vehicle. You look here at this truck, electric pickup trucks made by Rivian. That could be a problem for the Tesla stock. I don't know about problem, but it looks very, very similar to my Toyota Tacoma. It's a good-looking truck, both inside and out. Rivian seeks to go public as early as September, Bloomberg reports, targeting a $50 billion valuation initially. Isn't that amazing? You can get a $50 billion valuation, not produce a single thing. Anyways, that might not sound like much of a threat to Tesla, but it's currently valued at nearly $800 billion. But Bloomberg said Rivian is one of the highest profile potential competitors to Tesla and has raised more than $8 billion to date from investors. This suggests that interest in Rivian could siphon away from some of Tesla's stock market enthusiasm. You can see the play from Motley Fool on being bearish or negative on Tesla. Meanwhile, in the real world, Rivian is focusing on building electric SUVs and pickups, targeting one segment of the automobile market where Tesla has struggled with its Model X SUV, and another where it has yet to begin selling vehicles. It's talking about the Cybertruck that will go into production later this year. So now what? Citing people familiar with the matter, Bloomberg notes that Rivian's IPO might not happen until late this year or even 2022. Well, guess what will be out already by 2022 and for sale, and you can take delivery, will be the Cybertruck, if it holds that 600,000 pre-order mark. Also, the valuation could wobble. As recently as January, private funding of Rivian valued the company at less than $28 billion, barely half the valuation it is said to be targeting. But stock speculation notwithstanding, Rivian will come to market as a force to contend with, boasting a contract in place, and this is a big for them, 100,000 electric vans in a contract with Amazon, with the first 10,000 of these vans expected to hit the market as early as next year. Expect enthusiasm for Rivian and competition with Tesla to be fierce. Now, I agree with that. I think the more EVs, the better it is for Tesla, the better it's for Rivian, the better it's for everybody out there in the EV space. Will they be a fierce competitor with Tesla in the future? That is yet to be seen. Well, hey, that'll be enough for today's episode. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel. I do appreciate your support, and we'll see you tomorrow. You've been watching Tesla Today.